First contact's price. The signal arrived on a Tuesday. Dr. Elena Chen stood before the massive holographic display at Lunar Observatory 1, her dark eyes reflecting the dancing patterns of electromagnetic waves that shouldn't exist. 20 years of searching the cosmos for signs of intelligent life, and now, on an ordinary day in 2157, everything would change. "Run the analysis again," she ordered, her voice steady despite the trembling in her hands. The quantum computers hummed, processing the impossible data streaming in from deep space. The signal wasn't just complex, it was perfectly structured, a symphony of mathematics that spoke of intelligence far beyond human understanding. The message repeated every 12 minutes, growing stronger with each iteration. It wasn't coming from deep space anymore. It was getting closer. Elena's research partner, Dr. James Kojima, burst into the observation deck, his usually pristine lab coat wrinkled from hours of non-stop work. "The signal's frequency shifted again," he announced, pulling up additional data streams. "It's not just getting closer, it's accelerating." 3 days later, humanity got its answer. The vessel appeared just beyond lunar orbit, its crystalline structure refracting sunlight in ways that defied physics. Nearly 3 kilometers long, it dwarfed humanity's largest space stations. The ship's design spoke of technology centuries beyond Earth's capabilities, all elegant curves and impossible geometries. The first transmission came in perfect English. "Greetings, children of Earth. We are the Nexus Collective. We come in peace." Elena watched from Lunar Observatory 1 as Earth's governments scrambled to respond. The United Earth Council, typically mired in bureaucratic slowness, achieved the impossible. Unanimous agreement on first contact protocols within hours. As humanity's leading xenolinguist and the first to detect the signal, Elena found herself at the center of it all. "They're too perfect," she muttered, reviewing the aliens' linguistic data. The collective spoke every Earth language flawlessly, understood every cultural nuance, and seemed to know humanity better than humans knew themselves. It made her uneasy. The diplomatic vessel arrived a week later, landing with ceremonial precision in the International First Contact Facility outside Geneva. Elena stood among Earth's chosen representatives, watching as the ship's outer hull rippled like liquid metal, forming an elegant walkway. The collective's ambassadors emerged, tall, humanoid figures with iridescent skin and eyes that seemed to contain galaxies. They called themselves the Shepherds, claiming to represent a benevolent alliance of species dedicated to uplifting promising civilizations. "Your potential is remarkable," the lead shepherd, who called itself Nexus Prime, told the assembled human leaders. "We offer you advancement beyond your dreams. Technology, knowledge, a place among the stars." But Elena noticed things others missed. The subtle ways the shepherds watched human reactions, their too perfect responses, the calculated nature of every interaction. As Earth celebrated and governments began negotiating technology transfers, she dug deeper. The Mars attack came without warning. One moment, the red planet hosted humanity's largest off-world colony, home to 2 million souls. The next, a fleet of collective ships emerged from fold space, weapons blazing with impossible energy. Elena watched in horror from the Lunar Observatory as the colony's defenses, the pride of human military technology, crumbled in seconds. The collective's true face revealed itself, not shepherds, but hunters, culling species they deemed potentially threatening before they could evolve further. "Get me the Defense Council," Elena shouted, her fingers flying over holographic controls. Authorization code, Chen Alpha 79. The quantum entanglement communicator hummed to life, connecting her to Earth's most secure facility. "This is Dr. Elena Chen." She spoke rapidly, watching as more collective ships emerged near Mars. "Implementation of the Lazarus Protocol is now authorized." "I repeat, Lazarus Protocol is authorized." A grim voice responded. "Confirmation code accepted, Dr. Chen. May God help us all." As the collective fleet methodically reduced Mars' colony to atoms, Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, something ancient stirred. Humanity had prepared for this day, not with just ships and weapons, but with a secret that would reshape the galaxy's understanding of human potential. The war for Earth's survival was about to begin, and Alina Chen would soon learn that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technology or firepower. It was the inexhaustible well of human ingenuity and the ability to evolve in ways the collective never imagined possible. The protocol. 3 kilometers beneath the Pacific Ocean, Commander Sarah Blake stood before a wall of ancient screens, their tech deliberately outdated to avoid detection. The facility, known only as Deep Point, had waited 50 years for this moment. Now, as reports of Mars colonies' destruction flooded in, she felt the weight of decades of preparation settling on her shoulders. "Status report on the Sentinels," she ordered, her voice echoing through the cavernous command center. The facility hummed with activity as personnel emerged from long-term stasis, each chosen decades ago for this exact scenario. Dr. Marcus Wong, Chief of Bioengineering, approached with a holographic display. "All 100 chambers are green, Commander. The enhancement protocols exceeded our expectations. They're not just ready, they've evolved." Sarah studied the readings from the stasis chambers. Deep Point housed humanity's greatest secret, 100 volunteers who had undergone extensive genetic enhancement and cybernetic augmentation. But they were never meant to be super soldiers. They were templates, proof that humanity could adapt and evolve in ways their alien adversaries couldn't predict. "Show me Chamber 1, Sarah commanded. The main screen flickered to life, revealing a stasis pod where a woman floated in crystalline suspension. Captain Diana Ray, former Special Forces, had been the first volunteer. Her neural patterns showed activity far beyond their original projections. "They've been dreaming," Marcus explained, excitement breaking through his professional demeanor. "The neural networks we installed, they've been running combat simulations, strategy scenarios, evolving their thought patterns for 50 years. They're not the same people we put in stasis." A proximity alarm blared. Alina Chen's voice came through the quantum comm. "Commander Blake, collective ships have entered lunar orbit. They're broadcasting terms of surrender." Sarah's lips curved into a grim smile. "Begin revival sequence for all chambers. Dr. Wong, initiate Protocol Prometheus." The facility transformed as hidden machinery hummed to life. The stasis chambers began their awakening cycle as technicians prepared for humanity's counterattack. But Sarah knew their true weapon wasn't the enhanced humans or the secret technology. It was what these 100 volunteers represented. "They think they know what humanity is capable of," she murmured, watching as Captain Ray's chamber opened, steam curling into the air. "They have no idea what we become when backed into a corner." Diana Ray's eyes snapped open, immediately alert. Her enhanced mind processed 50 years of changes in seconds, neural networks adapting and evolving even as she took her first breath of real air in decades. "Commander Blake," she spoke, her voice stronger than it should be after 50 years in stasis. "The collective. They're exactly what we prepared for, aren't they?" Sarah nodded. "They see us as primitives, Diana. Their technology is centuries beyond ours, but they have a critical weakness. They don't understand human adaptation," Diana finished, already interfacing with Deep Point's systems through her neural link. "They think in linear terms, expect linear advancement. They've never encountered a species that can quantum leap their evolution." The facility shuddered as more stasis chambers opened. Each enhanced human emerged with the same immediate awareness, their linked neural networks already forming a collective consciousness, far more complex than anything the aliens could comprehend. Dr. Wong's voice carried across the command center. "Commander, you need to see this. The genetic markers in their DNA. The enhancement protocols didn't just improve them. They created something entirely new." On screen, complex data streams showed how the 100 volunteers had changed. Their neural networks had evolved beyond the original design, creating pathways that shouldn't be possible in human brains. Their DNA had rewritten itself, adapting to challenges that hadn't even happened yet. "How long until the collective reaches Earth?" Diana asked, already moving toward the armory where powered armor suits waited in hibernation. 6 hours, Sarah replied. "They're taking their time, showing off their superiority. They expect us to surrender like every other species they've encountered." Diana's enhanced eyes gleamed with an almost predatory intelligence. "Then we have time to show them something they've never seen before." She turned to the other enhanced humans, now gathering in the command center. "They think they're hunting us. Time to show them what happens when humanity decides to hunt back." As Deep Point's ancient machinery prepared for war, Sarah watched her enhanced soldiers prepare for battle. The collective thought they were facing a primitive species taking its first steps into space. Instead, they were about to confront humanity's next evolutionary step, one they had deliberately hidden for this exact moment. The war for Earth was about to begin, and humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their hidden technology or enhanced soldiers. It was their ability to become something entirely new, something that even the most advanced alien civilization couldn't predict or understand. Defiance rising. The collective's warships hung in Earth orbit like crystalline daggers, their hulls refracting sunlight in impossible patterns. Nexus Prime's ultimatum echoed through every communication channel: surrender within 1 hour or face extinction. They expected humanity to break, to bow before superior technology and inevitable defeat. They didn't expect laughter. Deep beneath the Pacific, Diana Ray's enhanced consciousness interfaced with Earth's orbital defense network. Through her neural link, she felt every satellite, every hidden weapon platform that humanity had carefully disguised as space debris over the past 50 years. "All enhanced units in position," she reported, her mind simultaneously coordinating with the other 99 augmented soldiers spread across the globe. "Waiting for your command, Commander Blake." Sarah Blake stood at Deep Point's central command, watching as the collective fleet arranged itself in perfect geometric formations. "Dr. Chen, are you seeing what I'm seeing?" From Lunar Observatory 1, Elena Chen's voice came through the quantum comm. "They're battle formations. They're mathematically perfect. Too perfect." "Exactly," Sarah smiled. "Diana, initiate Operation Chaos Theory." The first shot wasn't fired from a weapon. Instead, Earth's supposedly primitive satellites began broadcasting specific frequencies, creating interference patterns that rippled through space. The collective ship's crystalline structures, so dependent on perfect mathematical harmony, began to resonate in ways their designers never intended. They based their entire technology on perfect order, Diana explained, her enhanced mind directing the assault. "But humanity's greatest strength has always been our ability to embrace chaos." The interference patterns grew stronger, following mathematical progressions that seemed random but were actually the product of 50 years of quantum calculations by the enhanced humans' linked neural networks. The collective ship's shields flickered, their perfect formations beginning to waver. "Now," Sarah commanded, "show them what humanity can do." Hidden weapon platforms revealed themselves, but they didn't fire conventional weapons. Instead, they launched swarms of what appeared to be space debris, fragments of old satellites, pieces of rockets, and clouds of metallic dust. The collective's advanced targeting systems, designed to track energy weapons and missiles, couldn't process the thousands of seemingly random trajectories. The debris cloud engulfed the alien fleet, each piece precisely calculated by Diana and her enhanced colleagues to create maximum chaos. The crystalline ship's surfaces began to crack as random impacts disrupted their carefully maintained harmonic frequencies. "Impossible," Nexus Prime's voice boomed across all channels. "Your species cannot possess such tactical sophistication." Elena's voice held a hint of satisfaction. "You studied our technology, our visible weapons. You never understood that humanity's real strength isn't in our tools. It's in our ability to turn anything into a weapon." The enhanced humans worked in perfect synchronization, their evolved neural networks processing combat data faster than any computer. They turned Earth's orbital lanes into a deadly dance of debris and gravitational slingshots, using the very laws of physics as weapons against an enemy that had forgotten that space combat didn't have to be elegant. But the collective wasn't defeated easily. Their ships adapted, their crystalline structures attempting to compensate for the chaos. Energy beams lanced through space, vaporizing chunks of the debris cloud. Second phase, Sarah ordered. Diana, show them what true adaptation looks like. The enhanced soldiers activated their final surprise. The debris cloud wasn't just random space junk. Each piece contained microscopic processors, networked together into a vast, distributed artificial intelligence. As the collective's weapons fire energized these particles, they began to reorganize, forming new structures that absorbed and redirected the aliens' own energy against them. You claim to be shepherds of evolution. Diana broadcast on all frequencies, her enhanced voice carrying the combined power of 100 evolved minds. But you forgot the most basic principle of life itself. True evolution isn't about reaching perfection. It's about endless adaptation. The battle for Earth's orbit became a symphony of chaos versus order, with humanity proving that imperfection could be the greatest weapon of all. The collective's ships, for all their advanced technology, couldn't adapt fast enough to an enemy that turned their every advantage into a weakness. As the first crystalline ships began to shatter, their perfect formations breaking apart, Sarah Blake watched from Deep Point's command center. "Send the message," she ordered. Elena Chen's voice carried across space to the remaining collective vessels. "You came to judge whether humanity was ready for the stars. Instead, you taught us something valuable. There's no such thing as being ready. There's only the willingness to adapt, to change, to become something new." The collective fleet retreated, their remaining ships disappearing into fold space. But Sarah knew this wasn't the end. They had won the first battle, but the war was just beginning. Humanity had revealed some of its secrets, shown that they weren't the primitive species the collective expected. Now came the hard part, preparing for the real invasion that would follow. The hidden edge. "They're coming back," Elena Chen announced from Lunar Observatory 1, her eyes fixed on quantum sensor readings. "And this time, they're bringing their entire armada." 3 weeks had passed since humanity's first victory. Deep beneath the Pacific, Commander Sarah Blake stood in a chamber that shouldn't exist, studying holographic projections of Earth's latest defense preparations. Around her, the walls pulsed with an otherworldly blue light, technology that predated human civilization itself. "Show me what you found," Sarah ordered as Diana Ray entered the chamber, her enhanced form moving with liquid grace. The neural interface ports along her spine glowed softly, connecting her to Deep Point's ancient systems. "The facility isn't just a bunker," Diana explained, her enhanced mind interfacing directly with the chamber's technology. "It's a key part of a defense network built by someone who came before us. Someone who knew the collective would eventually find Earth." The chamber's walls transformed, revealing star maps and technological schematics that humanity had never seen before. "When they enhanced us," Diana continued, "they didn't just improve what was human. They activated something dormant in our DNA, something that was waiting to be awakened." Dr. Marcus Wong burst into the chamber, his usually calm demeanor shattered by excitement. "Commander, you need to see this. The enhanced soldiers, their genetic changes aren't random mutations. They're following a pattern, evolving toward something specific." The holographic display shifted, showing the complex DNA structures of the enhanced humans. What had started as carefully engineered improvements had become something else entirely, a genetic key unlocking abilities that seemed more science fiction than science. "We're not just fighting a war," Sarah realized, watching as the ancient chamber responded to Diana's evolved neural patterns. "We're completing someone else's plan, someone who fought the collective before." Elena's voice came through the quantum comm. "The collective fleet will reach the solar system in 48 hours. Their numbers. It's like nothing we've ever seen. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands." But Sarah wasn't listening. Her attention was fixed on Diana, whose enhanced body had begun to resonate with the chamber's energy. The walls pulsed in sync with her heartbeat, ancient machinery awakening to the presence of its intended user. "They call themselves shepherds," Diana spoke, her voice carrying echoes of knowledge from deep within the activated DNA sequences. "But they're really gardeners, pruning any species that might one day challenge them. They'd done this countless times before." The chamber's holographics showed the truth, civilizations rising and falling across the galaxy, each one eliminated by the collective before they could reach their true potential. But Earth was different. Earth had been prepared. "The genetic enhancements," Marcus breathed, understanding dawning in his eyes. "They're not just improvements. They're keys to unlock technology left behind by the last civilization that fought the collective." Sarah watched as Diana interfaced more deeply with the ancient systems. "How long until the enhanced soldiers can fully activate these defenses?" "Hours, maybe days," Diana answered. Her consciousness spread through networks of technology that had waited millennia to be awakened. "But we don't need to wait. The first activation sequence is complete. Showing you now." The holographic display transformed, revealing weapons platforms hidden in dimensional pockets throughout the solar system. Quantum gates that could redirect the collective's own weapons against them. Technology that didn't just match the aliens' capabilities, it surpassed them. "Send word to all enhanced units," Sarah ordered, a plan forming in her mind. "Initial defense strategy remains unchanged. Let them think their first defeat was the best we could do. Let them think they've adapted to our tactics." Alina's voice held a note of understanding. "While the real surprise waits in the shadows, the technology they've spent millennia trying to eliminate, hidden right under their noses." "Not just the technology," Diana corrected, her enhanced senses perceiving layers of reality that normal humans couldn't comprehend. "Us. Humanity. We're the weapon they've been trying to destroy. A species engineered by their ancient enemies to be the perfect counter to their perfect order." As the chamber hummed with awakening power, Sarah Blake realized the true scope of what they'd stumbled into. This wasn't just a war for survival. It was the culmination of a plan set in motion before humans walked upright, guided by beings who had seen the collective's true nature and prepared a response that would take millennia to mature. The final battle for Earth would be fought not just with weapons and tactics, but with the very essence of what made humanity unique: their chaos, their adaptability, and their ability to become something entirely new. Humanity ascending. The collective armada emerged from fold space like a crystal forest blooming among the stars. 10,000 ships, each one a masterpiece of mathematical perfection, arranged in formations so precise they became works of art. They had come not just to conquer, but to erase what they saw as an affront to their ordered universe. In Deep Point's ancient chamber, Diana Ray stood at the heart of humanity's response, her enhanced consciousness merged with systems that had waited eons for this moment. Through her neural network, she felt the presence of the other enhanced humans, their evolved minds forming a collective consciousness that was somehow both human and something entirely new. "All ancient defense platforms online," she reported, her voice carrying harmonics that made the chamber's walls pulse. "The precursors left us more than weapons, Commander. They left us their understanding." Sarah Blake watched as the holographic display showed the true scope of what they'd inherited. They didn't just give us technology, she realized. They gave us a way to surpass them. Alina Chen's voice came through the quantum comm, tight with urgency. "The collective fleet is broadcasting." Patching it through. Nexus Prime's voice filled the chamber, carrying the weight of civilizations risen and fallen. "You harbor technology that does not belong to you. You access knowledge you cannot comprehend. Surrender now, and your species will be preserved in our genetic archives." Sarah looked at Diana, seeing in her enhanced colleague's eyes the answer they'd been seeking. "You still don't understand what you're facing," she broadcast back. "We're not using someone else's technology. We're becoming what we were always meant to be." The battle began with a symphony of light and energy. The collective fleet fired as one, Their weapons designed to shatter planets. But where their beams should have struck Earth's defenses, they found only void. Diana and her enhanced kin had learned to fold space itself, turning the aliens' perfect accuracy against them. Now, Sarah commanded, show them what humanity has become. The ancient defense platforms activated, but they didn't fire conventional weapons. Instead, they began broadcasting frequencies that resonated with the very fabric of reality. The enhanced humans, their DNA now fully awakened to its engineered potential, began to sing. It was a song of chaos and creation, of adaptation and change. The collective ship's perfect crystalline structures tried to maintain their harmony, but against this assault of organized chaos, they began to fracture. Impossible. Nexus Prime's voice boomed across space. Your species is too young, too primitive to wield such power. That's where you're wrong, Elena responded, watching from Lunar Observatory 1, as reality itself seemed to dance to humanity's tune. We're not wielding the power, we are the power. Every generation of human conflict, every struggle for survival, was preparing us for this moment. The enhanced humans moved as one, their evolved consciousness directing the ancient technology with an intuition its creators never possessed. They didn't just use the weapons. They improved them, adapted them, made them into something new. Diana's voice carried the combined understanding of 100 enhanced minds. The precursors didn't choose us because we were perfect. They chose us because we never could be perfect. Our chaos, our constant change, it's not a weakness. It's the ultimate weapon against beings who turned order into a prison. The battle for Earth became a war of ideas as much as weapons. The collective's perfect formations shattered against strategies that rewrote themselves moment by moment. Their crystalline ships, designed to channel energy in mathematically precise ways, couldn't adapt to attacks that came from dimensions they hadn't known existed. But the true turning point came when the enhanced humans revealed humanity's final gift to the galaxy. Through their evolved neural networks, they began broadcasting not just energy and matter, but ideas. Concepts of change, of growth, of beautiful imperfection spread through space like a virus of thought. And in the collective fleet, something extraordinary happened. Ships began breaking formation, their crystalline structures resonating with new frequencies. The perfect order that had defined them for millennia began to crack, not from weapons, but from the irresistible pull of evolution. What have you done? Nexus Prime demanded, but there was something new in that voice. Fear, and underneath it, wonder. We've shown you what you forgot, Sarah replied. That true perfection isn't in unchanging order. It's in the ability to become something new. The battle ended not with destruction, but with transformation. The collective fleet hung in space, their ships no longer perfect crystals but organic, evolving structures. The enhanced humans had done more than defend Earth. They had infected the galaxy's greatest power with humanity's most potent trait, the inability to remain static. In Deep Point's ancient chamber, Diana raved disconnected from the defense systems, her enhanced body trembling with the enormity of what they'd achieved. The precursors didn't just give us weapons, she said softly. They gave us a choice, to be either the galaxy's defenders or its liberators. Why not both? Sarah smiled, watching as the transformed collective ships began to move in new patterns, no longer bound by mathematical perfection. The war for Earth had become something else, the beginning of a new age for all species. Humanity had proven that their greatest strength wasn't in technology or weapons, but in their fundamental nature. The ability to change, to adapt, and to bring that gift to a galaxy that had forgotten how to dream of becoming something more. As the enhanced humans began teaching their former enemies how to embrace chaos and change, Earth took its place among the stars not as another conquered world, but as the birthplace of the galaxy's next great evolution. The perfect order of the collective had fallen, replaced by something far more powerful, the endless possibility of what could be.